folks. Welcome to Killboy's 12 Minutes on the Dragon. Was it May 18th? 1:30-ish p.m. Another kind of potentially soggy Saturday, but it's been pretty good. It rained earlier, real early this morning, last night, but it kind of cleared out, and road's pretty well dried off. I'm sure it's still damp in a few places. The sun hasn't really been beaming very much. There's a lot of cloud cover. Big ZdayZ rally this weekend, Fontana Village. They, reportedly, they're supposed to have like 700, 800 cars or something. That's bigger than the Mini Cooper rally a couple weeks ago. Biggest one that I know of the year. The Miata group used to have a bigger rally than that, but they've kind of dwindled down some. Yesterday was a madhouse out here. I hadn't taken that many pictures since summer of last year. If I'd have had my tripod, I'd have shot some video yesterday. I didn't have anything to set the GoPro up on. Right now, and it's going to be coming back by, I assume, in a minute from the left, there is a Juke R on the Dragon. It's the one state trooper I've seen today. There's a Juke R on the Dragon, Nissan Juke R. That's a little Nissan Juke crossover SUV thing. For those not familiar with it, you can Google it. But they've some third-party company working with Nissan has put a GTR drivetrain in that thing. Nissan GTR is 550 horsepower all-wheel drive supercar killer. It's a pretty big car, and that's a little. The Juke is a little SUV, and they made it all-wheel drive, 600 horsepower monster. It's flat black. He's running with a Nissan GTR, so I don't know if they'll come back by during this, or I may just post another video or something of just those guys if I catch them on video. It's about a $650,000 vehicle, and most people wouldn't even give it a second look. It's got really flared fenders, but it's all flat black, so it's sort of, low profile, incognito. Let me check this lens. Starting to sprinkle a little bit. Make sure the lens is staying rain free. I've got it just out. GoPro's out of the case. Yeah, as you can see, it's another pretty slow Saturday relative to yesterday anyway. There it is. Woo! That was the Juke R in the front of that little group there from the left. Man, that's a monster of a little SUV. If you're not familiar with it, you can find some videos of them driving around playing them. They're going to sell them. I think they're going to make a handful of them and sell them. They're about $500,000. A little over $500,000 is going to be the going price, I suppose. Hadn't really come up with anything to talk about specifically. If you got any suggestions, leave them in the comments. If you got any questions or things you want to, discuss, specifically stuff that hasn't been talked about in the previous ones now, but somebody mentioned I might want to go over some of the, the more basic stuff and the etiquette again. just as a reminder. I know there's a lot of new people all the time doing research and coming across these videos that may not look at the old ones, or those of you that have seen them, this might get redundant, but hang in there. It's to everyone's benefit for try to get through to everybody that's visiting, so that they kind of coexist with all the other traffic out here, whether it be regulars or new people. We just try to reach everybody as much as we can to help everybody out and make this as enjoyable for everyone as possible. Hayabusa with a Unigo trailer on the back. I think there's another one with him. They were running around together yesterday. So yeah, basic stuff. If you plan on coming here, make sure all your mechanicals are in order. You need good tires, good brakes. Check your air pressure in your tires, especially on motorcycles, man. That's it seems obvious to most, to a lot of people, and as it should be, that tire pressure really plays a big part in how the motorcycle performs and feels, when you get onto challenging roads like this one. So typically you run them a little bit lower than what they recommend from the factory. That's usually more of an all-around highway and performance recommended pressure, but for performance you might run them a little bit down on pressure to get some of the heat generated in the tire. There's a regular juke. And that's a regular juke, so there's a difference. I don't know if you could even tell it on the camera, but they're pretty similar. It's the fender flares are the main dead giveaway on that juke car. But and just try to coexist out here. I know there's a lot of different styles of vehicles and backgrounds. Facing. But just keep in mind, we're all kind of on the same team, and we're all enthusiasts of this this environment. We need to kind of stick together and not be warring among ourselves and everything. It's getting separation amongst ourselves doesn't make us a stronger voice when it comes to oppression from the greater society and everything. So we need to kind of stick together and kill some of this attitude that seems to evolve as groups become larger or more offset from one another. One gets bigger than the other. It seems like there's an entitlement thing that happens, and kind of keep that in check. Just recognize it. Use the pull-offs. There's 105-ish paved pull-offs in this little 11-mile section of road. Most of them are on this side of the road, so be patient if you're on the other side of the road, which the other side of the road would be northbound traffic going towards Knoxville. That's the mountain side of the road, so there's not a lot of room for pull-offs over there. So there's not as many, about a third over there and 2/3 over here. And pull-offs work both ways. If somebody's holding you up and they don't understand to use the pull-offs, maybe, it's not necessarily that everybody's out to get you or ruin your good time. Some people just don't really even think about it. I'm not reaching everybody. It's easy to think that everybody should understand what you understand watching this, but there's a lot of people out there that don't study up, that don't know anything about what's going on out here until they get here, and so they just don't understand that there is no passing zones on. There's like 20 miles here with no passing zones outside the Dragon too, so it's pretty reliant on people to kind of switch roles, and everybody that's going slow has to move over and let the fast traffic go by, as opposed to the fast traffic pulling out and going by the slow stuff. But if somebody's holding you up, pull over, take a breather. You'd be surprised what 2 minutes of, space will give you as far as breathing room, and just be careful, don't get silly, but if you can just pull over and take a break for a couple of minutes, it'll give you a pretty nice little gap sometimes. Depends on if anything else comes by during that time, but yeah, I mean, they work both ways, so just try to play nice with each other out here. Stay on your side of the double yellow. That's a big thing. Over and over we say it, and it just seems like we can't reach enough people sometimes. Most of these Z-guard guys have been pretty good today. We've seen a little bit of shenanigans, but considering how big the group is, they've been good. So yeah, stay on your side of the road. Just treat the center line like it's wet paint. You don't want to get it on your vehicle. Ba-doo. I'll go over a few more from time to time, but that's all I can think of right now. If you think of anything else to recommend to people, leave in the comments. And yeah, that's about it. Check us out at killboy.com. Thank you for all of this support from our people who have been, patronizing our business. These videos and our highlight pictures, those don't pay the bills. We gotta have orders coming in to continue doing this, and I want to continue doing it for as long as I can, so we appreciate your business. Everybody's looking out for us and doing what they can to place orders and stuff. Thank you. We're gonna keep doing it, keep buying better gear, keep getting better audio equipment. Hope this comes out. I got the microphone on a chair beside me because I've been jumping up some, running back and forth, but yeah, thanks guys for supporting us, and we'll keep at it as long as you keep us going. Till next week, play safe out there. Thank you. Thought I'd let that run a little bit for your pleasure. Later.